There's a bunch of crazy stories written by the Brothers Grimm. And now you're gonna learn all about them, listening to the Brothers Grimm.
Students and scholars, friends and relations, welcome to the Brothers Dim podcast, a podcast where we read, chit-chat about, dissect the crazy-ass stories written down and recorded by the Brothers Grimm. My name is Philippe.
Yeah, my name's Mike.
And today we're going to be discussing Story 14, The Three Spinners. Mike, how are you?
I'm okay. I think so. I was just thinking last week I had mentioned that my kids called me irresponsible or something like that.
Something to that effect, yes.
Another nugget of wisdom that happened recently is I relayed this conversation to my wife. I don't remember how it actually started, but basically my youngest was like, honestly, you don't seem like you're in your 40s. And I was like, oh, what do I seem like I'm in? And they go, I don't know, your 20s? You're a hot mess. So like probably your 20s. I mean, not wrong.
I don't know that you're a hot mess, though. I mean, you and your wife are, do fine. Same with my wife.
Hot.
You make a lot of money. You two were the first of, I think, our, or at least in my eyes, of our group of friends that figured out adulthood.
I still feel like I'm figuring it out, but maybe you've got a point there.
It's a journey we're all on, Anyway, back to it, discussing today Story 14, The Three Spinners. Mike, would you please bring us through the plot?
Oh, for this one, I would love to. So, set the stage. There's a lazy girl. She's just lazy. And apparently the only thing for girls to do is to spin thread. And that, guess what, is the one thing she doesn't want to do. She is so lazy, her mom would beat her to tears.
Can I just to interject? That does bring us to our the first line that made me laugh, which was the second sentence. At last, the mother was so overcome with anger and impatience that she beat her, on which the girl began to weep loudly.
That always gets me laughing.
It made me smile. The idea of parental abuse.
Yep. Oh, it's good times.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So she's lazy and she's getting beat. She's
so lazy and shiftless. She's getting beaten by her mother. So much so that there's yelling and wailing. And one day, of course, the queen of the kingdom is riding by, and she overhears this commotion and asks what's going on. The mom is so ashamed of her lazy daughter. She actually says, "I'm so upset and beating her because this girl will not stop spinning. She loves spinning threads so much, she won't stop. And I can't get enough flax to keep up with it." And so, of course, the queen has lots of flax. She has rooms worth of flax and is more than happy to have the girl come live with her and spin thread all day long, all the time. And so the mom is like, "Oh, this is perfect."
Finally.
Yeah.
That stupid queen.
Take her.
She's gonna take this non-spinning lady, thinking she's gonna spin flax.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she brings her to the castle and shows her 3 full rooms of flax and says if she spins it all, she can marry her oldest son as a reward, even though she's a poor girl. I think it actually even says even though you're poor.
Yeah.
Even though you're poor, you can marry.
I don't mind that you're
reward.
poor. I've got enough money for all.
Yeah. So she gives her, I don't know, 4 days, 5 days. The girl has no idea what to do. She cries for 3 days because she hates spinning. She's not good at it. She doesn't know how to do it. The queen checks in after these 3 days of crying, and the girl makes up a story that she misses her home, which is, of course, not true because her mother would beat her for being lazy. The queen comforts her and then tells her to get back to work.
So, yeah, there's a good bit where she's like, "Well, I understand that you miss your mom. You have 1 more day to cry about it."
Yeah, that's right.
And if you don't start spinning, things are going to go bad for you. You think you got beaten at home? I got servants that can beat you. You were getting beaten by a frail old lady. But
yeah.
okay, so yeah. So
the girl's still distraught. And while wailing and moaning, she's looking out the window and happens to see these three women out the window. Very strange looking women. One has a very broad foot, one with a droopy lip, and one with a broad thumb. And I think you can sort of draw your own pictures. And so they ask her what's wrong. I guess she's just crying and yelling out the window for some reason. And so they stop and they say, oh, dearie, what's wrong? And she explains the whole situation. And they offer to spin all that flax for her if she will call them her aunties and invite them to the wedding.
Oh, boy.
And she's like, sure, why not?
Yeah, that's
and so, of course, they are master they're master spinners or spinsters. And these three ailments that they have are a result of lifelong spinning, working the pedal and whatever you do with your lip and your thumb. I don't know. So anyway, so they get it all done, and before the deadline, the queen is over the moon, thrilled. I didn't think you could do it, but here we are. You did it. And so the wedding comes, and the girl has to invite them, and oh, sure, of course. And then when they show up, the prince just starts making fun of them, just like, oh my, what is this?
These weird looking ugly ladies.
And so a conversation ensues, sort of a public humiliation conversation. And the aunties explain that all their ailments are from a lifetime of spinning thread. And the prince immediately says he is banning his new wife from ever spinning thread. The end.
Yeah,
she wins.
It's a very short story.
And so here's my thing is I know the moral is typically your thing, but I think I might have a moral here.
Okay, I've got one too, but by all means.
If you are lazy enough, you can make your way in life by accident and maybe even win.
Okay. I have a slightly different one.
All right.
If you'll hear me out.
I'd love to hear.
If you're cute and sweet, you can get away with being lazy. And I've worked in the professional in offices for a while.
Story time.
I've noticed that people that are nice, even if they're bad, it's a lot harder to fire them. Like, people will stand up for them if they're fun to talk to, even just like, I don't want to fire Jimmy.
Jimmy.
All right, I know he's not great at code or at Excel or whatever business you're in, but he's a good guy, as opposed to like, man, can I not fucking stand this guy? Like, no one is going to fight for him if we all decide to leave. He's also lazy. You can be an asshole a little bit and be insanely good at your job, or you can just be really nice, like a good person and sweet, and also you're lazy, but if all right when you're doing something. But she is nice. She didn't try and fuck over the aunts.
True. Yeah, no, I mean they were her friends.
She was like, oh no, we're friends now. Of course you can come to the wedding. And the husband, I mean, there was a little bit of trickery with the husband of like, well, oh, okay, why are they so ugly? But she was like, no, you will come to my wedding. They are coming to my wedding.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think. And
I will point out that during this like humiliation berating on the part of the prince, she didn't jump in and be like, come to their defense or anything.
No, but she still, I mean, like, they were, I think, fine with it. Again, it was a very short story. There wasn't a lot of
this is a short one.
Sentences to go in, but she did what she said. She said, I will treat you like my aunts.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, you all know you got a big thumb or one big foot or a droopy lip. Y'all know you ugly. But I never said I would say you weren't ugly. I said I would treat you like my aunts, and I have aunts. I treat them. I treat them nice. I'll invite them to my wedding. But
so there are many variants of this one.
Yes.
But they all generally revolve around a lazy woman who hates spinning, and she gets out of it by leading her husband or king or prince or whoever to believe that she's going to turn ugly or deformed or something from a lifetime of spinning, and thus it gets banned for her, and she's all set.
I was shocked like how many of this story there was across the world. And I think we live now in a world where I don't particularly think about thread or yarn.
It is not a thing
It's
in my
not a thing
daily life.
No, the closest thing I have is my wife bought some sort of crochet. It was a crochet penguin kit,
Yeah.
wobbles or something. I don't fucking know. Like, yeah, I think that there was a lot more spinning in the year 1820, a lot more caring about where your fabric is coming from.
Right. I think fabric was a thing.
I looked up about the flax. Apparently it's so there's cotton, and everyone knows and enjoys cotton, and then flax.
It's the fabric of our lives.
It is the fabric.
I just dated myself.
Oh no. I laughed at it. So the fabric of our lives. Flax has been around for, like, at least as we know, 30,000 years. It's a very old linen. It's one of there's linens and there's cotton.
I thought linen was a type of cotton.
A lot of stuff I was reading, I might be wrong about this. I'll look it up.
It's not unknown for us to digress on something that we absolutely do not understand and just throw wild opinions out there.
Actually, wild opinions about any of this. You were an English lit major, but this is German story, so even that. Anyways, I'm just linens were becoming more popular than the cotton fabrics. Flax was part of that. It's light but tough, keeps shape well, but it was expensive. It was hard to weave. So I think everyone in 1820 knew what the fuck flax was
and hated it.
Or they knew it was like it's expensive, but they hated it. So yeah, it was just interesting stuff. But yeah, it's interesting to me that how many people across the world had stories like this with, oh yeah, your thumb's gonna get big and muscular, or your lip's gonna get droopy. Everyone knows this because everyone has to deal with making their own fabric,
except for this lazy girl
who doesn't want to do it because she might be 12. I don't.
Yeah, we have no idea how old she is.
I have, if you will, a bad movie pitch. I don't have a good movie pitch for this one. I have a bad movie pitch if you want.
I like bad movie pitches even more than good ones, I think.
Okay, I think I had a good movie pitch for last week. We did story 13, the Three Little Men in the Woods. This week, there's not a lot to work with. All I could think of was a movie called either a movie or a series of short pornos called the Three Spinsters, and it's based on the ads I sometimes see, which say ugly women in your area desperate for sex.
Ooh.
So
I'll spin that flax for you.
Yeah, they're desperate. They'll spin whatever fiber you have. So the king or whatnot has sex with his wife's aunts. So it's a step aunt thing, which is trending right now, I think, in the porno world.
I've heard.
I wouldn't know. But then so he has sex with his wife's ugly aunts, and then afterwards puts them to work around the castle making fabric. It's my brief movie pitch. I don't think Disney would want it. But maybe there's maybe there's
HBO. Is there still a Cinemax?
Oh, I think HBO bought Cinemax, and now it's just Max.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, because Max seemed like a crazy flex on. We finally beat Cinemax, but I looked it up, and I don't think they actually did buy Cinemax.
I thought Cinemax
just think it's
ended
a
a
crazy
long time
flex that they're like, we finally won.
We've always wanted the word Max.
We've gutted our brand.
We're very jealous.
But we've won. We beat Cinemax.
I don't know that Cinemax. I mean, is Cinemax still around? I don't even know. I don't even know how to order. I would have no idea how to order premium channels. I don't really know how to order traditional pay-per-views anymore. I don't even know if they have them.
I don't either.
I can order wrestling pay-per-views. Occasionally I will order a pay-per-view from All Elite Wrestling. Not lately, although maybe soon, because CM Punk is back. My wife, as you know, is from Chicago. She's a big CM Punk fan, as am I.
I did not know any of that.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, watch AEW this weekend.
No.
Yes. There's a Saturday show on AEW called Collision, which is just some fighting, and then occasionally there's a tag team I like a lot called FTR. I'm
just gotta be honest.
Watch
I
it
will
tomorrow. Watch it tomorrow night.
No, I'm taking my mom out for dinner tomorrow for her birthday.
No.
Oh, I'm so
DVR
sorry.
it. DVR it.
DVR it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. There's only one reason I have cable, actually.
Okay. I'll tell you my
I don't.
reason
I
for
don't.
having
I'm not
cable.
on a DVR program.
What's-
I do not. I didn't. I literally do not have a DVR.
I don't have a DVR. That's just how cable works nowadays. But
No. I specifically got a box without DVR because I didn't want to pay the extra $5 a month or whatever.
I have cable.
There's only one person in my house who watches cable, and
Okay.
I can't get rid of it because of that.
Yeah, that's me too. The person is my wife.
No, the person is not my wife.
See, it's one of your kids?
Nope.
Oh, your father-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we can edit that.
Can't stream tennis.
Yeah. All right. I have it because of my wife. And it's not a hill I'm willing to die on.
Fair.
I make enough money that I can afford cable. Okay. That was a lot of extra stuff surrounding Story 14, the three spinners.
That was a hell of a story.
It was,
Or maybe not.
or maybe not. Maybe it was just a short little bit of business, but that's okay. Sleep tight. We'll see you next time.
Sounds like a plan.